The Pittsburgh Steelers took 2 chances under center this offseason, taking on 2 buy-low investments with the hopes that one would be viable enough to start. As it turns out, Justin Fields was more than enough to get Pittsburgh out of the gate hot, and veteran Russell Wilson was even better, taking the reins of the offense and elevating it, particularly downfield. However, as the Steelers take critical steps toward playoff football, they remain uncertain at the quarterback position past this winter. Fields has earned the trust of the coaching staff, and Wilson looks like he has enough left in the tank, but has either done enough to avoid the promise of a first-round passing prospect? Despite their collective success, Pittsburgh plays into the pressure to pick a passer in Pro Football Network's recent mock draft, taking Texas's Quinn Ewers 27th overall. The Steelers lead their division currently, but they're doing so with a pair of quarterbacks on 1-year deals, Kentley Platt wrote. That's not a sustainable formula for success, and I think they ultimately move on from both and bring in someone new. Quinn Ewers played some excellent football in 2023, and that continued in 2024. At the time of writing, he has thrown for 19 TDs to only 6 interceptions, completing nearly 70% of his passes. Ewers possesses the requisite athleticism to play quarterback, though he's not much use as a rushing threat. Still, his arm strength is upper tier, and his efficiency is top-notch. With players like George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth running routes, it's a good recipe for bringing that efficiency to the NFL. Ewers certainly has the potential to be a viable starter somewhere in his range of outcomes, but it feels like an improbable proposition, especially given how well Wilson has played. It hasn't been perfect, and there's a real argument that he's not being asked to do a ton of difficult stuff under center, but he's playing well enough to win games as a weapon and not a detriment. Wilson will be available at a reasonable cost and has Pittsburgh close enough to contention to consider running it back within 2025. Perhaps the biggest piece of this puzzle is that Wilson isn't a long-term commitment. Even if left unconvinced after the year, the Steelers can extend him and retain some flexibility. Drafting Ewers means 2, if not more, years of developing a quarterback rather than running a fully operational offense that's ready to contend. Given the risks of taking a rookie passer, especially late in round 1, and banking on a profile that's far from polished, it likely makes more sense for the Steelers to steer clear of a quarterback in April and go all in for a passer when their timeline fits the developmental curve better.